Captain Alex Reynolds' starship glided silently through the void of space, the sleek silver hull reflecting the faint glow of distant stars. He sat in the captain's chair, hands resting on the polished controls, a deep sense of accomplishment washing over him. His mission had been impossible, or so many had said. Alone, he had navigated a hostile nebula, faced a fleet of alien raiders, and prevented the destruction of a friendly planet. Every report he had received praised his bravery, and yet deep down, Alex felt an almost childish hope. Perhaps the Intergalactic Council would finally give him the medal he deserved. The thought of recognition, of having his name etched in history alongside the greatest captains of humanity, filled him with quiet pride. He imagined standing on the council floor, surrounded by alien dignitaries, a golden medal pinned to his chest, and the applause of beings from countless worlds. It was a simple dream, yet one he had carried since he first became a pilot. As the starship approached the capital of the council, a planet bathed in swirling turquoise clouds, Alex's pulse quickened. This was no ordinary city. It was a floating wonder in the skies, with towers made of a material that shimmered like liquid glass. Ships from hundreds of species hovered in orbit, and massive bridges connected floating platforms high above the surface. The council itself was a place of legends, known to reward the bravest and wisest of beings in the galaxy. The landing bay was vast, taller than any cathedral Alex had ever seen. Strange symbols, glowing faintly with an inner light, adorned the walls. Aliens of all shapes and sizes moved gracefully, some with multiple limbs, some with wings, some with translucent skin that revealed faint glowing patterns beneath. They paused to look at him, whispers rippling through the crowd. Alex could not help but feel a mix of awe and anxiety. A figure approached from the crowd, taller than Alex expected, with deep violet skin and eyes that seemed to pierce into his soul. "Captain Alex Reynolds," the alien said, voice resonating in a way that made Alex feel both small and important. "The Intergalactic Council welcomes you." Alex bowed, trying to hide his nervousness. "Thank you, honored council member. It has been my duty to serve humanity, and the Alliance." The alien, who introduced himself as Kyle Thor, the chief representative of the council, nodded. "Your duty was remarkable, human. The council has gathered to give you a reward for your heroism." Alex's heart leapt. "A medal, I hope?" he asked, his voice tinged with excitement. Kael'thor's expression remained unreadable, but he motioned for Alex to follow him into the council chamber. The chamber was breathtaking. Towering arches stretched high above, walls shimmering with colors that shifted with every glance. Holographic displays floated in midair, showing scenes of past victories, historical moments, and leaders from countless worlds. The council itself was seated in a circle, beings from dozens of species watching Alex silently. The air was heavy with anticipation. Kael'thor raised a hand and the room fell into complete silence. "Captain Reynolds, you have shown courage, intelligence, and skill beyond measure. You have saved lives, prevented war, and upheld the values of this galaxy. For this, the Council has chosen a reward unlike any other given to humans before." Alex straightened, smiling nervously. "Thank you. I am honored." He stopped mid-sentence, for Kael'thor gestured and two figures stepped forward. Alex's smile faltered. He expected a medal, perhaps a title, maybe even a command. But these were two adult women. They walked with calm authority, confident in every movement. Their eyes were bright, intelligent, and unflinching. Alex felt a wave of confusion. "These," Kael'thor continued, "are Nira and Lissa. They are honored members of the Council's allies and possess skills that will complement your abilities as a captain and protector of the galaxy. They have been chosen to accompany you in recognition of your deeds." Alex blinked. "Chosen to accompany me?" His mind raced. He had read about alien customs, of course, but nothing had prepared him for this. He tried to keep his voice steady. I don't understand. I expected a medal, a symbol of honor, not this." Nira spoke first, her voice calm and measured. "Captain Reynolds, we are not objects. We are your allies. The Council recognizes your courage and offers us as partners to aid in your future missions. It is the highest honor in this society," Lissa added, smiling faintly. "We are here because we believe your skills are rare and worthy of support. Together we can accomplish more than any one of us alone." Alex swallowed hard. He had fought countless battles, faced alien raiders, survived deadly nebula storms, and yet he felt completely unprepared for this moment. He wanted to say something clever, something respectful, but the words stuck in his throat. Instead, he nodded slowly. I see. Thank you for your trust. I will do my best. Kael'thor inclined his head. The council believes in you, Captain. Your deeds are not just human victories, they are victories for all allies of this galaxy. Nira and Lisa will serve as your companions, your advisors, and your partners in any mission you undertake. This is no small honor. Do not mistake it for a trivial gift. Alex tried to absorb everything. The chamber seemed to grow larger, more surreal, as he realized the full meaning. These were not just individuals given to him. They were allies with remarkable abilities chosen to amplify his own skills. The thought was intimidating, yet it carried a strange exhilaration. As the ceremony ended, Alex walked with Nira and Lisa through the corridors of the council building. Nira explained the council's philosophy, that true honor came from cooperation, strategy, and shared knowledge. Lisa spoke of technology, teaching Alex about devices that humans had yet to develop. Slowly, Alex began to understand that this reward was not merely symbolic. It was practical, powerful, and far more significant than any medal he had imagined. Yet the adjustment was not easy. Alex's human instincts demanded control, leadership, and independence. Now he had two incredibly capable beings at his side, each with strengths that rivaled his own. He worried about pride, about ego, about the possibility of conflict. But as they continued their tour, he saw their intelligence, their calm decision-making, and the way they observed him with respect, not submission. Finally, they reached a panoramic viewing deck. Below, the city stretched endlessly, a web of lights, floating bridges, and ships moving like schools of glowing fish. Alex looked at the scene and then at Nira and Lisa standing beside him. Despite his initial shock, he felt a flicker of hope. This was a new chapter, one where he would not just lead but collaborate. Where human courage and alien brilliance could combine to face challenges no one species could conquer alone. Nira spoke quietly. Captain Reynolds, your first challenge will not be a battle of ships or weapons. It will be understanding us and understanding yourself. Only then can you wield the full strength the Council has given you. Lisa smiled. And do not worry. We will not interfere unnecessarily, but together, we can face dangers that would overwhelm even the strongest fleet. You will see, Alex nodded. He realized that the Council's choice was deliberate. It was not a test of combat, but of character. To truly be honored, he would need to embrace collaboration, humility, and trust. A medal could never teach that. Only living alongside extraordinary partners could. As the sun set over the alien city, casting a spectrum of colors across the clouds, Alex felt a strange mixture of fear, excitement, and determination. This was no longer just a human mission. He had been given something far more important. Allies who could change the course of the galaxy, and a chance to prove that humanity was capable of greatness not just through bravery, but through partnership, wisdom, and heart. And so, Captain Alex Reynolds, once expecting a simple medal, prepared to step into a future where humans and aliens worked side by side, where courage and intellect combined, and where the real reward was the power of unity and trust. It would not be easy, but he had never faced an easy mission in his life, and this one promised to be the most extraordinary yet. The morning after the council ceremony, Captain Alex Reynolds awoke in his new quarters aboard the council's orbital station. The room was unlike any human dwelling he had seen before. Walls glimmered faintly with embedded light panels, displaying patterns that shifted like waves. The furniture seemed alive, adjusting automatically to comfort and posture. On one side of the room, a window revealed the planet below, a swirling expanse of turquoise clouds and floating platforms. Alex ran a hand over his face and sighed. Yesterday had been overwhelming. He had expected a simple medal. Instead, he had received two highly skilled, intelligent, and confident adult women as partners. Their presence was a symbol of honor in the alien council's eyes, but in human terms it felt confusing. A soft chime sounded, signaling visitors. Alex turned and Nira entered first, her expression calm and focused. Lisa followed, her gaze curious yet friendly. Both were dressed in council uniforms, their movements precise and controlled. "Good morning, Captain Reynolds," Nira said. "We thought it would be best to begin familiarizing ourselves. There is much you need to understand about the council and the role we will play together." Alex nodded, trying to appear composed. "Good morning, I appreciate your guidance. Lisa smiled faintly. We will not force you, Captain. But learning is mutual. Just as you will understand us, we hope to understand your human perspective. Only then can we work effectively together. They began with a briefing in the Council's strategic planning chamber. Holographic maps floated above a central table, showing hundreds of star systems, trade routes, and political territories. Nira pointed to several areas, explaining how recent conflicts and alliances had shifted the balance of power. These regions are unstable, she said. One misstep could ignite war. Your recent actions prevented a disaster, but the galaxy remains fragile. That is why the Council has chosen to place us with you. We can anticipate threats, provide insight, and guide strategic decisions. Alex leaned forward, studying the maps. I understand that. But why me? I am human. I've led missions, yes, but I'm still limited compared to beings like you. Nira's eyes softened. You underestimate yourself. Humans have a courage and adaptability that the Council admires. Your ability to act decisively even in impossible situations is rare. That is why we are here. Together, our strengths will balance each other, Lisa added. And your perspective as a human is valuable. You think differently, solve problems differently. That difference is exactly why you were chosen. For hours, they walked Alex through the Council's records, alien technology, and protocols. Lisa demonstrated devices that could manipulate energy, navigate interstellar storms, and detect hidden threats. Alex listened in awe, realizing that the Council's gift was far more significant than he had imagined. Nira's tactical insights were equally impressive. She could predict the outcome of complex situations with uncanny accuracy. By mid-afternoon, Alex felt overwhelmed but intrigued. He had faced impossible odds before, but now he was confronting a new challenge, understanding these remarkable beings and learning to rely on them. Their lesson was interrupted by an urgent alert. Holographic screens flickered, showing a message from the outer territories. A system on the edge of Allied space had reported unusual activity. Fleets moving without authorization, unidentified energy signatures, and intercepted communications hinting at a coordinated attack. Nira's expression darkened. This is serious. The patterns suggest a faction attempting to destabilize multiple planets simultaneously. If they succeed, it could trigger a war that spreads across half the sector. Alex felt a familiar surge of adrenaline. What's our plan? He asked. Lisa's eyes gleamed. We must investigate immediately. Time is critical. And Captain, this will be your first real test with us. We act as a team. You lead the human fleet, I will handle technology and navigation, and Nira will manage diplomacy and intelligence. The word test made Alex tense. He was used to commanding alone, relying on human instincts and experience. Now he had two powerful and competent allies, and he had to coordinate perfectly with them. One mistake could cost lives. They moved to the launch platform where Alex's ship awaited. Unlike his human vessel, it was enhanced with alien technology. Energy shields pulsed along its hull. Propulsion systems could warp through space almost instantaneously, and onboard computers adapted to the pilot's neural input. Lisa explained the controls, showing how human instincts could be combined with alien interfaces. Alex listened, absorbing everything, but the first attempt to engage the system was awkward. Controls responded differently than he expected, and a minor miscalculation sent the ship spinning in zero gravity. Lisa quickly stabilized the vessel, her hands moving across the console with precision. Relax, Captain, she said. The ship is responding to you. You just need to trust yourself and us. Alex took a deep breath, gripping the controls again. Slowly he adjusted, learning the subtle differences in how the ship handled. Nira monitored their communications, scanning for any sign of enemy activity. Hours passed as they approached the troubled sector. Along the way, Alex began to understand the true value of Nira and Lisa. Nira's insights allowed them to avoid dangerous ambushes, predicting enemy movements before they occurred. Lisa's technical expertise kept their systems running smoothly, even under extreme stress. Despite the pressure, Alex found moments of camaraderie. Lisa had a dry sense of humor, making subtle jokes about human habits which made Alex chuckle despite the tense situation. Nira shared stories of past campaigns, demonstrating a remarkable ability to combine tactical genius with compassion. When they finally arrived at the system, They discovered a fleet of hostile ships surrounding a civilian transport station. Energy weapons flared across space, and ships struggled to maintain shields under the constant assault. Alex's training kicked in. He gave orders to his human fleet, coordinating attacks and defenses. Nira provided real-time intelligence, predicting enemy formations and suggesting maneuvers that Alex would never have considered. Lissa managed the ship's systems, boosting energy to shields and weapons exactly when needed. Together, they moved as a single unit. The human fleet fought bravely, augmented by alien technology and guidance. One by one, enemy ships were disabled or forced to retreat. Civilians were evacuated safely, and the transport station remained intact. After the battle, Alex floated in space, looking at the calm after the chaos. He realized something profound. He had not led this mission alone. Without Nira and Lisa, victory would have been impossible. Their skills, combined with his own experience and courage, had made them unstoppable. Nira spoke softly. "You see now, Captain, that the Council's choice was not about ownership or reward. It was about potential. Alone, each of us has limits. Together we exceed them." Lissa smiled. "And you, human, are the anchor. You make decisions in ways no machine or alien mind could predict. That is why we follow you." Alex felt a surge of pride, not just in his own accomplishments, but in what they had achieved together. For the first time, he truly understood the Alien Council's reasoning. The gift of Nira and Lisa was not just honor. It was a partnership, a recognition of his worth, and an investment in the galaxy's future. As they returned to the Council station, Alex looked out at the stars. He knew the galaxy was full of dangers yet unseen, challenges that would test courage, intelligence, and morality. But for the first time he felt fully prepared, not alone, but with allies who were equal to the task, and in that realization, Alex Reynolds understood the true meaning of honor. Far beyond any medal he could have received, it was not a symbol pinned to a chest. It was trust, respect, and the shared strength of a team that could face anything the universe could throw at them. He also realized something else, that the Council had given him not just partners, but friends. Companions whose wisdom and courage would forever change the way he saw himself, humanity, and the galaxy. And with that understanding, Captain Alex Reynolds, once expecting a simple medal, prepared to lead in ways he had never imagined, with allies whose presence was the greatest reward he could ever receive. The galaxy had grown quiet for only a short while before new trouble arose. Captain Alex Reynolds, Nira, and Lissa had returned to the Council's orbital station, but the sense of accomplishment from their first mission was still fresh in their minds. They had proven their teamwork, and Alex had begun to respect the Council's unusual choice of reward. Yet, the calm was deceptive. A transmission arrived from the outer rim, a cluster of planets near a disputed border. The energy readings were unusual, showing signs of weapons development far beyond what the Council had previously detected. Civilian distress signals were also being intercepted. Someone somewhere was preparing for a strike that could ignite a war across multiple sectors. Nira studied the data, her violet eyes narrowed. "This is not a minor threat," she said. "The faction we are observing has technology rivaling even our most advanced fleets, and their strategy suggests a coordinated attack on several allied systems simultaneously." Lissa leaned over the console, adjusting calculations and schematics. "If we don't act quickly, they could overwhelm local defenses before the Council can intervene. We need to move immediately." Alex exhaled slowly. "So it's another mission. And this time, it sounds bigger than anything we faced before." Nira nodded. "Yes, and this time, Captain, your leadership will be tested more than ever. Your ability to trust your instincts and to rely on us will determine the outcome." Lissa gave him a small, reassuring smile. "We are ready. Are you?" Alex tightened his jaw, determination settling over him. "Always." They boarded Alex's ship, now fully outfitted with enhancements from Lissa's modifications. The vessel glimmered with energy, its hull reinforced, shields powered by alien technology, and weapon systems integrated with human tactical designs. Alex noticed that for the first time he felt entirely confident in the ship and in his team. As they approached the outer rim, the tension grew. Strange asteroid fields littered their path, and energy readings indicated movement within the rocks. Nira's voice came over the intercom calmly but with urgency. "Enemy scouts." Small, fast ships, They are testing defenses. Alex engaged the ship's controls with precision. His experience in human combat gave him instincts that even Lissa's advanced systems could not replicate. He dodged and weaved through the asteroid field, while Lissa calculated the safest trajectories in real time. Nira guided them with predictions of the enemy's likely movements. Together they moved as a single fluid unit. The scouts attacked, but Alex's fleet, composed of allied ships he had been authorized to command, responded with precision. Each move was calculated, combining human ingenuity and alien foresight. Alex realized that without Nira and Lissa, victory would have been uncertain. Once the scouts were neutralized, they discovered a hidden station on a barren moon, bristling with weaponry and ships ready for deployment. Nira's eyes widened slightly as she analyzed the setup. They are preparing a strike on multiple civilian worlds. If we do not stop them, thousands will die. Alex felt the familiar surge of responsibility. What's our plan? Nira traced several attack patterns on the holographic map. We must divide their forces, disable the command center, and prevent the fleet from leaving the station. Timing and coordination are critical. Lisa's fingers flew over the console. I can create a temporary disruption in their energy fields, but it will only last a few minutes. You must strike precisely when I initiate it. Alex nodded, feeling a mixture of pressure and excitement. Then we do it together. Let's move. As they approached the station, enemy defenses came to life. Energy turrets flared, and fleets of smaller ships rushed to intercept. Alex's fleet responded, but the enemy's coordination was almost alien in its efficiency. Nira's voice guided him through the chaos. 3 ships to your left. Divert fire while maintaining forward momentum. Now shields up for the right flank. Yes, perfect. Lissa manipulated the ship's energy fields. I am ready to deploy the disruption in 3, 2, 1, now. A pulse of energy erupted from their vessel, temporarily disabling enemy weapons and shields. Alex seized the opportunity, leading a precise strike that crippled the enemy fleet. Nira coordinated reinforcements, ensuring every move neutralized threats efficiently. Lissa's engineering skills maintained their ship's stability, even under intense fire. Within hours, the hidden station was subdued. Enemy ships either retreated or surrendered, and the civilian worlds were safe. Alex floated in the command chair, exhausted but exhilarated. He had never experienced a battle that demanded such absolute coordination between human and alien allies. After the victory, the trio docked at a nearby Allied base to assess damage and resupply. As they walked through the bustling corridors, Alex finally allowed himself to breathe and reflect. He looked at Nira and Lissa, both moving with calm authority, interacting with the base personnel, and handling situations with intelligence and care. You two are amazing, Alex admitted quietly. I've led fleets, fought countless battles, but I've never had partners like you before. I understand now why the Council chose you. Nira smiled faintly. Captain, we are not merely rewards. We are allies. Our purpose is to strengthen you and your missions. That strength is mutual, Lissa nodded. And your courage and leadership make it possible for us to act effectively. We would not be able to do this alone either. Alex paused, realizing the depth of their partnership. This was far more than recognition. It was collaboration on a level he had never known. It was the kind of alliance that could change the course of the galaxy. As they settled into the base, reports arrived from other systems. The Council praised their actions, emphasizing that this mission had prevented a potentially catastrophic war. Alex, for the first time, understood that honor was not just a medal. It was the ability to make a real difference, alongside others who were equally capable. That evening, as they sat in a quiet observation lounge overlooking a distant planet, Alex felt a sense of peace. Nira was analyzing tactical data. Lissa was adjusting systems remotely, and he was simply watching the stars. You know, Alex said, breaking the silence, I expected a medal. Instead, I got... You too? Nira looked at him, eyes thoughtful. And yet in the end, perhaps it was the greater honor. Medals are symbols. You now have the power to change reality, Lissa added with a teasing smile. And if we make it through this galaxy together, you may even surpass your wildest expectations of what honor means. Alex chuckled softly. I can see that. I don't know how I will manage all of this. But I know one thing, whatever comes next. We will face it together. The trio gazed out at the stars. the silence filled with unspoken trust and shared determination. The galaxy was vast, full of dangers and opportunities, and their journey was only beginning. But Alex no longer feared the unknown. He had partners whose strength matched his own, and together they could achieve the impossible. As the night passed, Alex finally understood the true meaning of the Council's reward. It was not a medal pinned to a chest. It was trust, respect, and the knowledge that when humanity stood alongside allies like Nira and Lisa, even the greatest threats could be overcome. And in that realization, Captain Alex Reynolds felt the quiet thrill of anticipation. The galaxy had many challenges ahead, but he would not face them alone. Together they would prove that courage, intelligence, and collaboration could make humans a force to be reckoned with across the stars. The galaxy had finally returned to a fragile peace. Captain Alex Reynolds, Nira, and Lisa had spent weeks reinforcing alliances, repairing damage, and monitoring potential threats. Each mission had been a test of their teamwork, courage, and ingenuity, and each had strengthened the bond between them. What Alex had once thought of as a strange reward had become an invaluable partnership, one that defined him as a leader in ways no medal ever could. Yet, even as the Council prepared to formally recognize his achievements, a new message arrived. A neighboring system, recently stabilized, reported unusual energy surges emanating from an abandoned research facility. The readings were faint but consistent, suggesting experimental technology had been reactivated. Alex felt a familiar tightening in his chest. The galaxy might seem calm, but the balance of peace was delicate. Nira studied the data, her expression serious. This is unusual. The facility was decommissioned decades ago. Its technology should not be operational. Whatever is happening there could disrupt the stability of multiple systems if left unchecked. Lisa leaned closer to the holographic display. I can enhance our sensors to detect anomalies more accurately, but the risk is high. The facility may be automated, defensive, or both. We need a plan before approaching, Alex nodded. Then we proceed carefully. Nira, analyze potential threats and formulate a strategy. Lisa, get our systems ready. We go in prepared for anything. As their ship approached the abandoned facility, the view of its structure grew in the viewport. It was massive, a labyrinth of towers, domes, and spires seemingly dormant, yet faint energy pulses indicated activity, hidden machinery humming in the shadows, shields flickering in precise rhythms. Nira's voice was calm but focused. There are multiple entrances. I suggest we split our approach. Lisa, your technical skills will allow you to bypass the facility's defenses. Alex, you and I will handle navigation and strategy. Timing will be crucial. Alex exhaled and tightened his grip on the controls. Understood. Let's move. The ship descended, weaving between the facility's towers. Automated defense drones activated, hovering silently before firing energy blasts. Alex's fleet, now fully integrated with Nira and Lissa's guidance, responded with precision. Shields flared and weapons discharged, neutralizing threats without causing catastrophic damage. Inside the facility, Lisa guided them through complex corridors filled with dormant machinery and data terminals. Her fingers moved across the controls with practiced precision, bypassing security systems and opening pathways that had been sealed for decades. Nira scanned ahead, predicting automated defense patterns and identifying weak points. 3 drones ahead. Wait for my signal. Now, move. Alex maneuvered the ship with expert timing, dodging energy pulses while following Nira's guidance. Lisa's modifications enhanced the ship's responsiveness, allowing movements that no human alone could execute. They moved as a single unit, anticipating each challenge and responding with flawless coordination. Finally, they reached the central chamber. The heart of the facility pulsed with energy, a vast array of machinery glowing with unknown power. Holographic data streams filled the air, showing complex calculations and experimental schematics. Alex's eyes widened. He had faced alien technology before, but this was unlike anything he had ever encountered. Lisa studied the system carefully. This is advanced energy manipulation technology. If fully activated, it could destabilize entire planetary systems. We cannot allow it to function unchecked. Nira nodded. Agreed. But notice the patterns. Someone has reactivated it deliberately. This is not a malfunction. We are dealing with intelligence that understands the risks. Alex felt the familiar surge of responsibility. Then we stop it. Together. Lisa worked on the system's interface, carefully overriding the energy pulses. Nira coordinated their strategy, predicting the automated defense's responses. Alex controlled the ship, positioning it perfectly to manage both approach and retreat. Minutes felt like hours. Energy surges pulsed dangerously, and the facility's defenses became increasingly aggressive. Yet the trio remained synchronized. Each move was calculated, precise, and confident. Human courage and alien brilliance blended seamlessly, creating a synergy that none of them could achieve alone. Finally, with a controlled burst of energy, Lissa shut down the facility's systems completely. The pulsing lights dimmed, holographic streams disappeared, and silence fell. Alex exhaled, relief washing over him. The threat had been neutralized without unnecessary destruction. Nira turned to him, her expression approving. "You handled that well, Captain. Your decisions were quick and decisive. The Council would be proud." Lisa smiled. "And you trusted us. That trust made all the difference. Alone, this would have been impossible." Alex nodded, realizing the depth of the lesson he had learned over these months. The Council's reward had been more than honor. It had been an opportunity to grow, to lead, and to experience the full potential of collaboration. Medals could not teach courage, foresight, or teamwork. They had been given the true measure of greatness, allies who amplified his strengths and complemented his weaknesses. As they prepared to leave the facility, a transmission from the Council arrived. The chief representative, Kelthor, spoke with measured pride. "Captain Reynolds, Nira, Lissa, your actions have preserved peace and stability. The Council recognizes your achievements not with a medal, but with the highest honor of trust and responsibility. You have proven that humans, working alongside our most capable allies, are a force that can shape the galaxy." Alex felt a surge of emotion. "Thank you, Kelthor." He paused, glancing at Nira and Lisa. "We could not have done this alone. This honor belongs to all of us." Kelthor's eyes glimmered. "Indeed, and we trust that together, you will continue to protect the galaxy, not just as heroes, but as a symbol of cooperation and unity." After the transmission ended, the trio floated in silence for a moment, watching the stars through the ship's viewports. Each of them understood the weight of their responsibility, and each felt the unspoken bond that had grown stronger with every mission. Alex finally spoke, his voice calm but resolute. "I thought I wanted a medal, but now I understand. Honor is not a symbol. It's the work we do, the lives we protect, and the trust we build. You two have shown me that, and I am grateful." Nira's expression softened. "And you have shown us the strength of humanity, Captain. Courage, adaptability, and ingenuity are qualities we admire. Together we have achieved what no one could do alone," Lissa added. "And this is only the beginning. The galaxy is vast, and there are challenges we cannot yet imagine, but now we face them as a team." Alex looked at them both, a sense of pride and determination filling him. "Then let's make sure the galaxy knows what humans and our allies can do. Together there's nothing we cannot overcome." As their ship departed the abandoned facility and returned to the Council's orbital station, Alex reflected on how far he had come. What had started as an expectation of a simple medal had transformed into something far greater. He had gained allies, friends, and partners who shared his vision of courage, honor, and the protection of life across the stars. The Council formally recognized their success with a ceremony unlike any Alex had imagined. Instead of a medal, he was given a position of influence, allowing him to propose strategies, lead missions, and continue fostering cooperation between human and alien forces. Nira and Lisa were acknowledged as his trusted partners, their abilities celebrated and respected throughout the galaxy. Standing on the ceremonial platform, Alex looked out at the gathered representatives from countless worlds. He realized that the true reward was not recognition. It was the impact he could make, the lives he could save, and the unity he could foster. Nira and Lisa stood beside him, their presence a constant reminder of the Council's wisdom. Together they had faced impossible odds, navigated dangers beyond comprehension, and grown into a team capable of shaping the future of the galaxy. Alex smiled, feeling a sense of fulfillment deeper than any medal could provide. He had learned that true honor came from courage, trust, and collaboration. And with Nira and Lisa by his side, he knew that humanity had a place among the stars, not just as survivors but as heroes, allies, and leaders in a galaxy full of infinite possibilities. As the ceremony ended and celebrations began, Alex quietly made a promise to himself. Whatever challenges lay ahead, he would face them with integrity, bravery, and the unshakable bond of his extraordinary partners. The galaxy had tested them, and they had proven that together, there was no limit to what they could achieve, and so, Captain Alex Reynolds, once expecting a simple medal, embraced his true honor, the power of partnership, the strength of collaboration, and the endless possibilities of humanity working alongside allies who inspired, challenged, and elevated him. The stars stretched endlessly before them, full of dangers, wonders, and adventure, and together, they were ready to meet every challenge that awaited.